statement that Tehran has now agreed to allow its enriched uranium to be moved to the United States. And this is now coming in from Iran, calling these statements to be a lie and baseless. Srinjoy, well, that seems to be, in a way, also, not possible to react as far as Iran is concerned. Will it accept all of the conditions and the terms that are being set by the United States without any financial exchange, and that too unconditionally? Seems a bit impossible.
The talks are in Islamabad, at least that's what we are hearing, and the nuclear issue will come up. Naturally, this is what the Americans want, that the Iranians give back to anybody concerned, whether it's America, whether it's IAEA, the 400 kilos of nuclear dust, as it's called, basically enriched uranium, enriched to about 60%. Now, how that will happen, when it will happen, whether there'll be a payment for it, all of that will have to be discussed during the talks. Now, the trouble with making such statements on either side is the fact that when you do this before the talks, which are sensitive enough in any case, it actually hampers the talks in some ways. You paint yourselves into a corner. Now, this, as a result, will make talks even more difficult as they are. They're almost impossible, and yet this will make them even more difficult. It's so much easier to do this below radar, to be quiet before the talks, and these talks, as you rightly said, are 2 days away, and be silent before the talks, arrive at a decision, and then say what you have.
Because the first round failed, and these were said to be the contentious issues as far as the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz is concerned, and Iran's enriched uranium nuclear program is something which America says that Iran at any cost will not be able to acquire a nuclear weapon, and that is something that they will not agree with. So exactly what are the terms and conditions that Iran has actually accepted? Well, the details are yet to emerge. Now let's talk about the dragon in the room, which is China. Because China accordingly is now been saying that it is willing to take custody of the highly enriched uranium from Iran. Now, this is through international media reports what we are picking up, that China is open on taking the possession of or downgrading some 970 pounds, which is approximately around 440 kgs of enriched uranium that President Trump says must be removed from Iran as part of the deal to end the war. Well, Iran and China being a closest ally, Mayank, and now China coming in the picture. What is Beijing thinking on this matter? Because at this moment, Trump appears that he wants to take full custody of the material that is believed to be buried under nuclear sites that have been badly damaged in the bombardment that America did last year. Can China actually come out and help?
See, one thing, the biggest thing actually right now for the immediate purposes is the fuel supply, and the maximum gain or the supplies which were going to were for China only. So that comes in a big way, a positive move for at least China is concerned, without any controversy arising out of their relationship, which is relationship between Iran and China. But then why do we forget that since last 10 years, the kind of relationship and technological exchanges, the military exchanges, the kind of exercises, which is bilateral, multilateral, including with Russia also in that, was taking place. So in a way, lots of things have been acquired or had been transferred because technologically also, in terms of right from beginning, at least Times Now has been bringing out that military industrial complex in the case specifically for two purposes, which is drone and missile, was very sophisticated and highly developed as far as Iran is concerned, and they have proved it during the warfare. So in this case, we have to understand that there would have been, and there is already a kind of a relationship for which exchange of technology is something which is very minimal, because it's diplomatic issue, it is geopolitical, it is.
Well, will America accept to that kind of a condition there as far as involvement of China is concerned? Because China would have been majorly impacted if the Strait of Hormuz and the US naval blockade that remains in place. However, there has been already a postponed trip on part of President Trump when he was expected to visit Beijing a few weeks ago. Thank you very much, both of you, Srinjoy and Mayank, for joining us here on the broadcast. Those were the international updates that we are picking up this morning. Let's move on to domestic news. Now, as far as Congress